It's silent now, we don't say a word. We're just looking at each other. Tears in our eyes from the words we said. Yeah, it kinda broke my heart. Loving you is not so goddamn easy as you think. I'm trying my best to hold on, but I feel myself giving. You know that we shouldn't keep it up like this. We hurt each other's feelings on and on. I don't wanna change who you are, the things you say.
Oh, hey there. We are heading off to train. Hey, feels like day one. It's pretty exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. I'll put my handbrake on. Day one of like real training, like doing CrossFit. It's not as like, actually today's the first day where I haven't had rehab program for me. So no like, you know, foot elevated nose breathing and bottom of squat front track holds and like bird dogs and all like the postpartum stuff. So I'm essentially, what are we, 18 weeks almost? I think Scotty's almost 18 weeks, and it's the first day that I don't have that program, so that stuff's all left up to me now, just freestyle stuff based off the things I found. And today my program is CrossFit. It's like getting ready to compete and be a boss, which is pretty exciting.
Alright, hold on everybody, hold together, 10 seconds.
I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure I'm doing three heavy snatches into like a barbell cycling set of 8 snatches at boys frame weight, like 42 kilos, 95 pounds maybe.
Feeling trapped down on the floor, I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose. Silence takes a hold, I can't let it go. Chin up, no one knows. But I won't let the stormy seas throw me in open water. Let me have my peace and leave me till tomorrow. Wind into my sail, away from things I let go, floating on the way.
No matter what people say, we're sitting on the bike for a long time, and all that, it's not the same. It's not the same.
We go bottoms up, we go all the way, and face that shit another day. We go bottoms up. Things I let go, floating on the waves. We go bottoms up, we go
was my workout. Like I said, this is officially day one where I had no like rehab programmed, so it was just CrossFit, it was just workouts. And I'm just gonna turn my wrong one down. Learned along the way, so I had a lifting session. Now I've just traveled back from Hawaii, and you know what travel does to your body. I don't know if it's a little bit of travel and then a little bit of I need some work, and it's probably the combination of the two. But the one thing I learned at the end of my snatches, so my best snatch, they all felt a little dodgy. I couldn't remember where to be. I was a little bit weak. My knees were a little bit tight from the trail run. And then my last snatch of the last set, I was like, okay, it's the last one. It's getting pretty hard now. And I kind of went all out, and I just really committed to everything that I would cue someone, all the things that I've ever heard and ever known. And it was the best one that I've gotten. So then I moved into the Metcon, and the Metcon had the 3 different workouts. And the first 2, they kind of got harder for me. So the first one was like pretty basic movements. Then the second one had toes to bar. Obviously midline stuff is just not there yet. I haven't done anything with my midline for like a year. So that was really, really hard. And then the last one had my worst movement being a deadlift, and the movement that I haven't done for the longest, which was a bar muscle up, and I've been really nervous about it. I had one tight wrist just from holding a baby, and just generally a little bit weak and a little bit scared because I hadn't done it in a long time, and I was really nervous, and I didn't get as many rounds in that one. I just kind of took my time just to be safe because I just had a lot of fear. And it's funny how I've been doing it for this long, but the fear still creeps in. And then again, my best reps were my last set, and you know, Maddie said to me I started to do what I used to do, so my body started to remember as I got through the workout. Hang on one second. Okay, just gonna swap a little bit of my wrong one. Okay. So where was I? Okay, yeah, so then I realized the key to this is one workout, right? But I had a couple of rounds in one workout, and I already made that much progress to the point where just doing the amount of volume that I did, you know, I only ended up doing like 30 bar muscle ups, and it was the last couple that were the best, and you know, where I started to find my feet again. And the 2 words that came to mind as soon as I finished were consistency and persistent. So if I'm just persistent, I keep trying, and then I'm consistent in how I turn up. And I say this to my members all the time: you can't show up, be present mentally and physically, and go backwards. And I was talking to myself about this morning. You know, it comes, like, it gets better really quickly, and you just have to give it the chance, but you have to be consistent. And I wrote a couple of things down when I was thinking about what motivation meant to me, and I thought it's easy to be motivated when you're winning. So when you're making progress and you can see it really quickly, but often it takes a little bit of time before you get to that point, and so you have to find motivation on your own, and that's the really, really hard part. And you have to find motivation that is essentially invisible. So nothing has happened yet, you haven't won, you haven't made any progress, you have to show up anyway, and just fingers crossed you hope for the best. So in those moments I look for things like how I feel. You know, I feel proud of myself that I've turned up, I feel mentally really good because I've done some exercise, I sleep a little bit better, all of those kind of things, and they need to be the things that motivate me at the start until I start to see that progress. And then motivation is easy, you can turn up when you see that you're winning. But anyway, after all that rambling, that was day 1, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to stop thinking about the competitions that I've got coming up. I started to let myself slide into focusing on deadlines. I need to be able to do this by this deadline. What if I can't do this? And what if I show up and I'm like this, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I told myself I wasn't going to put any pressure on the season. And, you know, the best I ever did was in 2017, when I actually was the only time I really took things just one event at a time. And I never focused on the future. I just sort of did one really well, did another one really well, and hoped that those efforts put together equal something really cool. And I was on the podium that year. So I'm going to keep doing that. This is day 1, week 1. The Open is only a couple of weeks away, so hopefully I can find a little bit of fitness before then. But I'll keep sharing my journey, and hopefully one day we're looking back on this and I'm doing awesome, and I'm at the games, and I got my little girl, and I can do really cool things, and I can have it all. I can kick goals, I can have a really good family life, and I can train really well and be really badass and run a good business. So that's me. I'm out for today.